And now this morning, a San Diego police officer is in the hospital after a crash. Thank you so much for joining us. It is 6 a.m. I'm Neda Iranpour.
And I'm Chris Groh in for Eric Conard. And the crash happened just after 1 this morning on Friars Road west of the 15th. The officer was waiting for a tow truck after responding to a vehicle that broke down. But that's when an SUV hit the officer. Now, we are waiting for an update on their condition, and the driver that you see right there stayed on the scene. But as you can see also, police evaluated that person for a DUI. And also new this morning, a man is in the hospital after hitting a number of parked cars, then flipping his own car over. This happened around 2:30 this morning on East 18th Street, east of Palm Avenue. The man behind the wheel hit 4 vehicles and flipped over. Firefighters got the man out of the car, then took him to the hospital, but it's not clear at this time whether drugs or alcohol played a role in the crash. And our other top story today is the heat, and we have team coverage. Dana Marie McNichol is live at Mission Beach, where many will be looking to cool off today. But we begin with Neda Iranpour here for a quick check on the forecast. Neda?
Yeah, I can tell you right now, it feels hot even right now. So as we look across San Diego, certainly looks gorgeous. We have the Mount Soledad camera pointed towards the south. You can see downtown, the bridge, Mission Bay. So the bay, the oceans, the rivers, any body of water, swimming pools, all will be very much a place to get that relief. It's 75 degrees. That's right now downtown. Look at these numbers right there too, the dew points, the humidity. When our dew points and temperatures are so close together, that's what makes you feel really sticky outside right now. So it's muggy and it's hot. Hot and humid is your forecast for this Labor Day. We may see some more records broken today. 72 in Poway, 76 in El Cajon right now, 73 in La Mesa, 74 in Chula Vista, and look at Borrego, 90 degrees. So many of us did not get that relief overnight. You leave your windows open hoping for some cooler air to come in, but unfortunately, we're all just getting that sticky air. So coming up here, we'll talk more about your temperatures, how hot this afternoon will get, and when we will finally see this big ridge of high pressure break apart. It will. We do have a cool down in sight. I'll get to that in just a few minutes. And now this morning, beaches all over our coast, they're bracing for another day of big crowds in search of some relief from the heat. And Dana Marie, I can tell you, I could barely find a place to put our towel yesterday. It got so crowded. I know it's still early, but are you seeing some people already at Mission Beach?
Yeah, good morning, Neda. Let me tell you, there's nobody on the beaches just yet, but I'm sure families will be staking out their spot very quickly. You talked about humidity. You could definitely feel the mugginess in the air. A gorgeous sunrise. So many people coming to the beach to escape the heat. We talked to a couple of San Diegans surprised at still how hot it was in this area.
Shocked. Yeah, although it's probably 117 there, so.
I remember last year when we had a heat wave, they expected the highest to be about 86. And this year it's been getting in the 90s, so it's unusual. It's unusual for down here.
Now, of course, lifeguards are fully staffed and ready to patrol and go today, as they have been all weekend long. They said hundreds of thousands of people were here along the coastline. They start patrolling around 8 a.m. right out of the gate. They start making rescues, they tell us. Now, the important thing is to always check in with lifeguards, because they will tell you where the safest place to swim is, and that's usually in front of those lifeguard towers. Also, take note of those rip currents. There is frequently rip currents here in the area because of the swell that they saw over the weekend. Now, Mission Bay will have extra boating safety officers for boating education and enforcement to help manage the crowded weekend. Now, a reminder for boaters, you need a California boater card to drive a boat. Also, make sure you're wearing a personal flotation device at all times while in the water, and never boat under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Now, if you are planning on coming to the beach today, start hydrating now. Maybe grab a big glass of water with breakfast. Also, plan to wear loose-fitting clothing, maybe long sleeves to cover yourself. Also, bring shade. Heat and sun, of course, is a major stressor. When you're out here in the sun all day, we get fatigued. Then we go out in the water to cool down, so our bodies are even more tired out there. So please just be aware. Again, check in with your lifeguards. Do the Stingray Shuffle. There are a lot out here. And of course, pick up your trash. We spoke to people this morning picking up what was left behind over the weekend. They say thousands of pieces of trash will be picked up just this morning. So make sure we keep all of our beaches clean so we can all enjoy it. Wishing you a beautiful Labor Day, a safe one as well as you head out here to the beaches. I'm Dana Marie McNichol, coming to you live from Mission Beach.
Thank you so much, Dana Marie. And this morning, California's energy provider says we could start seeing blackouts as this extreme heat wave puts a lot of pressure on our power grid. That's why they've issued yet another flex alert today between 4 to 10 p.m. So a lot of people wondering, why is this happening? Well, an energy expert we spoke to says that the state's energy supply simply can't keep up with the demand. He says we get a chunk of our energy from hydroelectric power. This year, we're not seeing as much water running through the dams because of the drought. The state also relies heavily on solar power, but when the sun starts to go down, we lose that energy source.
I've never quite seen the California grid this stressed in my entire career. We are just well short of the amount of energy that we need to meet the usual amount of demand.
Now, this is the 6th flex alert in a row, and today you are asked to conserve electricity from, again, 4 till 10 p.m. So instead of the usual 9. Now, you can also help by setting thermostats to 78 degrees or higher, not using major appliances, turn off unnecessary lights, and of course, avoid charging electric vehicles. And doctors and first responders say that they've seen an unusually high number of people suffering from heat-related illnesses. Now, on Saturday, stretchers had to be brought out for fans at the Aztecs season opener at Snapdragon Stadium, and a local ER doctor is sharing ways to stay safe in this hot weather. Take a listen.
If you are outside, I wouldn't be out there any longer than 20 minutes at a time. You know, wear a nice big brimmed hat to stay out of the sun and stay cool. Drink plenty of water. Remember, alcohol, caffeine, all these things dehydrate you.
And look, a lot of people sometimes can't get out of the heat. It's their job to be outside. So he also says signs of heat stroke, you should listen to your body, or heat exhaustion could include fatigue or feeling faint.
Today, the city of San Diego is keeping 10 cool zones open despite it being a Labor Day holiday. So they are working at these cool zones, and each of the centers will be open from noon to 5 p.m. during the hottest time of the day. They will offer air conditioning, and you will also be able to use free Wi-Fi there. We have a full list of the cool zones on our website, CBS8.com. Just click on the help button. And remember, we're here for you as this weather heats up. You can always get the weather alerts, our forecast, and weather stories sent directly to your phone. You can just text the word heat to the number you see right there, 858-571-8888.
And this morning, firefighters in East County are getting a better hold on the Border 32 fire. At last check, the fire is 90% contained, but more than 4,400 acres have burned. 10 structures have been destroyed, and that, of course, concludes 3 homes. All roads in the area, as well as the Tecate border crossing, have reopened. And we want you to take a look at this right here on your screen. The Encinitas Firefighter Association shared a photo of crews sleeping in ditches after helping to fight the Border 32 fire. They captioned the photo, quote, "Holiday weekends don't stop fire assignments." And it's another reminder because also this morning we have yet another fire burning in our county. This time it is going to be the North County. Firefighters are watching for hotspots at the Sandia fire in North County. It started yesterday afternoon around 1:30 p.m. off Sandia Creek Road, north of Duluth Road. Now, right now, it's 10% contained, but firefighters have stopped the forward progress. It's burned about 30 acres. And of course, Netta, we are keeping not only an eye on the fire conditions, but also kind of the humidity that's been here as well too. That's going to help firefighters?
It'll help firefighters because at least there's moisture in the air. Obviously, the brush is dry and the heat does not help. But if we had dry air on top of that, that would obviously increase our fire danger. So good question, Chris Groh. Taking a look at our sun, we are noticing, of course, the daylight hours starting to come along. But our sunrise time, it's not until 6:26. So we still have a few minutes to go until it is officially here. But as soon as that sun gets here, we're all going to be baking again. I mean, even right now, overnight, we didn't get relief. It didn't cool down at all, and it stayed very sticky. So that's part of the problem. We're not getting that cool overnight sea breeze. We definitely have that higher humidity, higher dew points, and that just adds to the inability to sleep well. If you were like me, it was really hard to sleep in this. 75 degrees in El Cajon, 73 La Mesa, 74 in Chula Vista. So low to mid 70s. That's what you're waking waking up to. Current dew points in the low 70s. So when you have dew points, again, reaching that temperature, you're almost there where we're getting mist and drizzle. So it feels like that. We're almost there. Our temperature and dew points are so close. I do want to talk about the record-breaking conditions. We did break some records on Sunday. It got to 95 degrees in Oceanside, breaking that record in 1961. Escondido reached 102. That also surpassed a record. And then Ramona reached 104. Now your forecast for today in Ramona is 106. So it's likely going to be another record-breaking day across San Diego County. 97 in Fallbrook, 101 in Escondido, 99 in Poway, 94 in Miramar, 96 in La Mesa, and then up and down the coast, mid to upper 80s, close to 90 degrees. So these popular areas across town, as you go to the beaches and try to cool off, know that these are way above average. All of our visitors who are in town, this is not normal for San Diego. Excessive heat warning, no surprise here. It has been extended until Wednesday night. Extreme heat increases that potential for heat-related illnesses. That's the message from our National Weather Service. Of course, they are working to keep you safe as well. So here's a look at traffic, and at least, hey, if you're headed out on the roads this morning, there's really not going to be many people alongside you. It looks green all across our freeways, even Coronado right there at the base. That looks like all smooth sailing. So we don't have any backups, no busy areas. Drive times look like this. We are in the green. Chris.
Thank you so much, Netta. And today is expected to be the busiest day to return home for Labor Day weekend travelers. Now, San Diego is high on the list of destinations with about 425,000 people expected to come through our airport. Now, despite inflation, high gas prices, and persistent flight delays, a AAA survey found that 32% of people were planning to travel through today. And heads up for those hitting the road, San Diego County has hit a record gas price for Labor Day. It's at $5.25, and that's actually up from some previous numbers we were seeing earlier last week. It actually breaks, though, last year's Labor Day record by a whole $1.10. Last year's record, of course, was $4.35.